Morning, everyone. Boker Tov, and thank you so much to everyone for making the minyan. So we spoke yesterday about the lulav and the hadas, and we'll talk today about the arava and the etrog. There's things that can make it pasul, as when you leave the store, it's kosher. We want to make sure that it remains kosher the whole time. So, with regards to the arava, nektam rosho, as we mentioned yesterday, if the top is cut, then it makes the arava pasul. And the truth is, the top is cut, meaning the wood part. So if the leaf is cut, it's still kasher, but if the wood part of the arava, the stem, that makes it pasul. And if it's yavesh, if it's dry, then it also makes it pasul. Yavesh means that it turns white, not that it crumples and crunches, that's still kosher, but if it turns white, then it's pasul. But what is quite common with the arava, yes, it gets dry, but also what's quite common is that a lot of leaves fall off. And once you have majority of the leaves of that stem that's off, then it makes that arava pasul. So you have to be, especially when you're putting it in those holders, sometimes it just like knocks a bunch off right when you put it in the holder. So you have to be very careful with the arava, as if that's pasul, then your whole lulav is not complete, and you need to make sure to fix that. Etrog on the first day has a psul of chaser. So if it's missing a piece, then the etrog is pasul on the first day of Sukkot. The other days it's fine, and in Chutz La'aretz it's the first and second day. So chaser means if it's missing. So even if a person puts a needle, so that little tiny hole would be considered chaser. Now, if the chaser is only with a magnifying glass, then you can only see it in a magnifying glass. Then it's still kosher. The big chaser is if the pitom falls off. That's the main one that we know about. If the pitom falls off, you're like, not kosher, and that is true. It's not kosher, but for the first and second day, technically, it is kosher for the other days of Sukkot, provided you have majority of your etrog. Even if the top is off on the other days of Sukkot, it is kosher. And also, what could happen is that the bottom piece, the oketz, comes off. If that where it was attached to the tree, if that falls off, then it is also makes it pasul for the first day. Now one could say, well, I cut off from there, from the tree. So that is true. So if part of it is sticking out, let's say the person left a really long stem, so you could cut out until the flesh of the etrog. But the way it goes is that the oketz is like it's in a little bit. The part that's in and along the same side as the flesh, that's like part of the etrog. So if that falls off, then it's considered chaser. Again, that usually doesn't happen. If the etrog grew that way, it grew in a way where it doesn't have a pitom, which the Yemenite ones and some of the Israeli ones are like that. Then if it grew that way, then it is kosher. And if it's a safek, let's say someone buys an etrog and now you didn't have a chance to open the box or whatever it is, now it comes to like, oh my gosh, mine doesn't have a pitom. Did it grow this way? Did it not grow this way? If you could tell that it fell off, then it fell off. But did it grow this way? Did it not grow this way? And there's no way to tell, then you could go lenient and use that etrog. Last point it's an important point because the Gemara tells us that how are you yotzeh the mitzvah of lulav? And the moment the Gemara tells, once I lift up the four species together, midi'agbe nafakbe. When I lift it up, I'm yotzeh the mitzvah. So the question is, we know that brachot have to be over la siyatan. I say the bracha first, then I take a bite from the apple. I say bracha first, then I have to do the mitzvah. So if I pick up the mitzvah and then I want to say the bracha, you already did the mitzvah. You're saying the bracha afterwards. It doesn't work. So the three ways of how to do this is you leave one item on the bench or on the table. Let's say you leave the etrog, and then you hold the lulav, and you say the bracha, and then right away you lift up the etrog. So now you have all four. So you say the bracha first, and that works. Or what you have to do in this mitzvah and all the mitzvah really is you have to do derek gedilatan. You have to do the mitzvah the way it grew. So all the items have to be straight up. You put your arava upside down, even if you have them all there, that doesn't work. So the etrog, what we do is you could flip it upside down, and then you could say the bracha, and then you flip it right side up, and now you're holding the four species in the right way. And the last thing is, if you have a negative kavana, if I say before I say the bracha, I only want to be yotzeh the mitzvah once I say the bracha. So then I could carry the 4 and I'm not yotzeh the mitzvah because I stipulated that. And therefore, you would only be yotzeh the mitzvah right after you say the bracha. Easiest would be if you just, again, put it down, say the bracha, and quickly lift it up and put it put it together, then you are yotzeh right there. Okay, that's that for today. We won't do a Mishlei Shiur today. 6:25 is Mincha, and Chag Sameach, everyone. Done it, yeah.